Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and be receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. Right? And remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that, a 4 of discs. I haven't seen one of those in a little while. I think that's some really good energy. But let's put that into some context. Oh, this is nice. Very, very cool. All right. I should say, if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon, or if you would just like some positive energy, positive vibes sent your way, please leave me a comment. And I would be happy to do that for all of you. Okay, so mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Let's do Rider-Waite-Smith. What the heck? I go back and forth with this deck. Some days, some weeks, I really, really like it. I really am just in love with it. I'm vibing with it. I feel really tuned into it. Other days, it just doesn't really do it for me, you know? We'll see which one of those days this is going to be. So, mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, leaving that right there. We're not going to look at it, Sagittarius, until the very, very end. And we're going to see how that might tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end. Looking at this, it looks really good. We've got some earth. We got water, some major arcana. We've got some water, some fire, some earth, and some air. So really a nice balance. I gotta say, it's a pretty good balance of stuff. I like all the earth energy. It's kind of heavy on the earth. It's kind of heavy on the water. Earth and water, those are good. It's kind of showing that there's not a lot of frantic fire energy, right? It's not a lot of worry. It's not a lot of anxiety. There's not a lot of this frantic, chaos, hectic, all over the place kind of energy. Feels like you've got a really calm vibe this week. And I think that's good because I think we've had a lot of really frantic, kind of scattered fire energy for you over the last few weeks. That I think even as recent as last week, we saw that scattered fiery energy starting to coalesce, starting to crystallize. I think we've got this earth energy now because things are kind of settling down for you. You're falling into your routine, you're getting your rhythm going. And that's really amazing. 4 of discs here to start us out. This is you've got your routine. You're building up your life, you're building up your future. This could be a focus on physical health and well-being. You know, I think that you have lately taken more time with your health and your wellness, your eating, your diet, nutrition, with your physical activity, your exercising, your workouts, maybe running. I kind of feel like maybe you're a swimmer, to be honest with you, just from the water that we see flowing around over here and down here too. I think there's been a more focus on physical well-being lately. And I think that goes hand in hand with this idea that you've found your thing, right? You found the one. I know in a lot of the past readings we were looking for a focus. We were looking on where to put all of this crazy fire, creative, spiritual energy that you have. We were looking for like the channel for it, you know? I think you found that. I think you've been building that. I think that you have been really kind of brick by brick building your foundation, building your future, building the life that you want, really making this thing happen. And I feel like now you're in such a stable place in your life, both physically, mentally, emotionally, in terms of your creativity and your spirituality. I think you're in a really good spot. I think you feel strong. I think you feel stable and healthy. And I feel like now you kind of want to, it's almost like you want to share this with other people, right? We got to look at this Eight of Cups real quick. Because the Eight of Cups, I think, I'm getting this feeling like you're watching your loved ones, your friends, your people, right? If it's your family, your chosen family, your friends, family members, maybe your sibling or something. There could be a younger sibling involved here. I think you see various people in your life. Some are succeeding, some are not really succeeding that quickly, right? So I see that you're kind of like, you're really witnessing the ups and downs of everyone's existence, I think you're seeing that, some of your friends are doing really well. They seem inspired. They seem happy and healthy, and it seems like they're pursuing their will. They're expressing themselves. They're being creative. They're building. They're having a good time with it. Then I think you see other people in your life that just can't really seem to get a handle on things, They can't really get focused. They can't really maybe pick a path. They can't seem to get away from things that are not good for them, And you feel for those people. It really, really gets you, And I think it's difficult to be in the position that you're in, right? Because you've got your home base, you've got your castle that you're working on, and you're doing your thing, right? But you can't help but observe, or at least be a witness to the joys and sorrows of the people around you, right? And I think you have such an intense love, an intense spirit in you that you wish you could do something. You wish that you could share some of your gift or your blessing with others, I really feel that from you, because I think things are really going very well for you. I think if you don't have that realization right now, I think you will fairly soon see how everything is kind of falling into place for you. In the recent past, we've got a Nine of Cups, and I want to talk about that because this, I think, is the Nine of Cups that is representing the last several readings for you. I think that you've been on this pursuit of happiness for a long time. Now, this card, the keyword for this card is happiness, but I like to say it's the pursuit of happiness. This isn't you attaining happiness. This isn't you having everything you want and life couldn't be better. This is you working toward that state. Right? This is an action. This is a verb. This is pursuing. Right? And I think this is what you've been working on. This is why we've been struggling with this fire energy for weeks now. And I'll tell you, in this reading, we only have the one fire energy, and it's perfect. It's the best fire energy for this context that we could ask for. So this is really a perfect card for you. I'm excited about that Nine of Wands over here. But you've never given up, I think you've been here before. You've been kind of down a little bit, maybe pessimistic, a little depressed, a little melancholy, thinking, I'm just never going to figure it out. It's never going to happen, But you've never given up. And this has really been paying off for you because we see also that you're achieving this 10 of discs. This is this is your pie in the sky, right? This is at the top of the path of the dove, right there. That's what you're aspiring to. And money, physical wealth, is not irrelevant. It's not the entirety, it's not the whole of your law and your will, but it's a pretty nice start, right? Because with the physical well-being, with the financial stability, you're going to be able to create opportunity for yourself. You're going to be able to create more wealth for yourself, right? And wealth, not just financial wealth, spiritual wealth, emotional wealth, intellectual wealth, right? This kind of abundance is the opportunity for you to give back. It's the opportunity for you to share, to help others, for you to create more wealth, create more opportunities for your own creative expression. right? Yeah, money's the root of all evil. Yeah, I mean, it is. But wealth, whether that's financial wealth or a spiritual abundance, a positive attitude even, that can work wonders. And it doesn't help to have a little bit of financial security, right? You can do a lot of good. You could do a lot of acts of kindness with an abundance of resources. Okay? So I think this is what you're aspiring to. I'm not saying you have this now. I'm saying this is what you're working toward. This is the pursuit of happiness. You're pursuing true wealth, true God, goddess, deity given wealth. The money is not irrelevant, but you want the wealth of soul, the depth of character. You want to be able to give back. You want to be able to help others. You're a kind person. And I see that with this water energy, the earth energy that we see here, even with this Three of Swords here. That's a bleak, depressing card, but when it applies to you, this could be one of the best cards in the whole deck. You know, you have that ability right now to transform struggle and strife and misery into beauty and joy and abundance. You know, I think you've been working on that for some time. I think we've been seeing it in and out of your readings for weeks now. And I'm happy that we're starting to consolidate this into a really strong foundation. You're starting to build what you need to build for yourself. Okay? All the while, you're still quite aware. You're not blind. You're not so isolated that you can't see the ups and downs, the joys and the sorrows of the people you care about, your friends, your family, your loved ones, okay? So, what are we doing with all of this? What does all of this mean? Well, here's the Fool down beneath everything. On the one hand, you're quite aware that this is all just it's all just kind of a transient experience of life. Life comes and goes in a blink of an eye, and it's really just kind of illusory, and it's just ephemeral, and it's, it really isn't this substance that we're made of, that we are manipulating, that we're building and consolidating, this wealth that we have on the physical plane, doesn't really mean anything. Right? It's all mostly empty space. If you break the molecules and the atoms apart, it's mostly empty space. It's nothing. But with that kind of awareness also comes this wisdom that says, yeah, this may be an illusion. We may be living in Maya. We may be living in this void and this nothingness, and nothing is real. But at the same time, I can still use this illusion, this nothingness, to be kind, to help, to bring somebody, help bring somebody out of their sorrow or their misery, or to alleviate a little piece of suffering somewhere. Right? So as illusory as things may be, it's still going to hurt if I put my finger in that candle flame. Right? I'm still going to feel it. That pain may be an illusion, but I'm going to have an equal, reaction to it. And my reaction may be an illusion too, but it doesn't take away the relative, reality of things. So anyway, the Fool energy. I feel like you really will have a sense of joy and delight. Like I feel just an abundance of spirit with you. We have the kind of physical abundance with the 10 of discs, but then we've got this Fool energy. So I almost feel like, yeah, that all of this physical reality, physical wealth it's all nothingness. But at the same time, it creates opportunities for such a spiritual experience, a spiritual freedom, a joy, a wonder, a beauty, and just almost a giddiness, And I feel like that's kind of what you want for your loved ones. You want other people to experience this elation, to experience the joy of life, And I think that you're someone who will do whatever they can to bring a little bit of joy into someone else's life, especially those people that you're witnessing not always having the easiest go of things. You want to give back. You want people to have a little taste of this Fool energy, this wonder, this excitement, this beauty and joy, and just the giddiness that comes with that Fool energy. You want other people to experience that. You want other people to experience positive changes. 2 of discs. If you can in some way foster or contribute to that happiness, to that positive change in someone else's life, well, then you're going to do it. Because you really enjoy that too. That makes you feel some kind of way. Because you're intensely aware of, one, of your own struggles to get here. And you're still struggling. The struggle's never going to end. But you've been there before, so you know what it feels like to finally reach the other side of it. Even if it's temporary, even if it's just in a small degree, you want other people to experience that. So your joy is to see their joy too. Right? And that's the 2 of discs. You want to see positive change. Because that makes you joyful. Somebody else is having a good time. You can't help but feel good about that. You know? It's like even when I've had a hard day, a difficult day, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, I'm worn out, I'll see my daughter having just tons of fun, just innocent childlike joy playing with some toy or something. And just the look on her face, the energy that she's giving off, I can't help but just smile and feel overjoyed by that. And for at least a brief moment, I forget my back pain, I forget my knee pain. You know, I forget the exhaustion, you know. And I feel like that's kind of a little bit of what's going on here. But at the same time, I think you're feeling very blessed. And you want to share some of that. You want to be a positive influence on others. Okay? And before we get too long in this video, I want to move to the path of the serpent. But I've got to say that these tarot cards are always correct. Okay? You never pull out an incorrect card. The problem is, as the messenger, I might not know how to interpret these or apply them directly to your specific situation. And that's why I ask you to connect with the cards yourself and use your intuition. Okay? I'm not just one person here sitting on this side of the camera. I need you all to participate too. I need you to take these images and these energies and try to connect. You can use some of my words as, as prompts or just as starting points. The rest of the work is up to you. I need this to be interactive, I would love for you to leave me some comments and let me know how this is resonating so far with you, okay? Now, on the path of the serpent, we see a lot more of the same, really. I mean, this is a deeper unfolding, I guess, if that makes sense, of everything that we've already been talking about. The 6 of Cups here as your general energy. This is you, the 6 of Cups, I say this all the time, the 6 of Cups is the 3 of Cups doubled, right? 3 of Cups internally, 3 of Cups externally, we get a 6 of Cups. We've got a really damn good time here. Real easy going of it. Okay? A real joy, real luxury, real feel-good atmosphere. Okay? This is like everyone's in the hot tub. It feels good after a long, hard day. Nice soak. Everyone's having a good time. And this is what I've been trying to express. You feel this abundance, this joy, this love, this happiness, this almost like a relief, almost like a thankfulness, a spiritual abundance within you because of the progress, the focus that you're making, the progress that you're starting to see in your life. And you want to find people to resonate with, You want to find people that can share in your joy and you can share in theirs. And together everyone can be lifted up. The more of this spiritual abundance you express into the world, the more the world is going to show you that back. Right? So with the the Eight of Cups there on the path of the dove, I feel like if we're focused on our own misery, we're going to see misery everywhere we look. But you're focused on your own joy, your own spiritual fulfillment, your own abundance, your own creativity, your own expression, your own building. And that's what you're going to see all around you. And that's what you want to see from your friends, your family, your loved ones. You know? And that brings me to this, the fire energy, the one fire card we had. This is the sun in Sagittarius. This is your card. This is you finding that channel from your heart, from this creative, deep core of your own being. This creativity and this fiery energy now being expressed into the outer world. This is a union between head and heart, between inner and outer, between above and below, between heaven and earth, between the spiritual and the physical, which we know are all one thing. Well, we know with the Fool that it's really all no thing. But in our perception, in this world that we perceive and we exist and we live and move and have our being, we experience this as a unity between those two opposites. You found your channel. You're able now to have this direct line of communication between yourself and yourself. You know, between God, Goddess, deity, and your own spirit, your own soul. This is that channel of creativity. This is the spiritual fire now that is just flowing through you out into everything. And this is really lighting you up. Really creating this intensity about you. And I'm so happy, Sagittarius, because I remember the past readings. We were struggling to find this channel. I don't know if we even had a single 9 of Wands in any of our past readings. I wonder, we just lost the overhead camera. It doesn't matter. There's so much electricity in this room that it probably shorted out that overhead camera. I wonder if in the last, 10 readings that we did for Sagittarius, if we ever had one 9 of Wands in there. I'm curious if we ever did. If we did, it was in a position of us still looking for it. Like this was the object that we were searching for. And now it's in the position of your environment, of your greatest asset, your greatest resource, what you have in abundance. Right? It's kind of a card that represents, if the 6 of Cups in this position represents you and your vibe, this represents how you're expressing that vibe, how you're resonating with your environment. So this is you having found this inner strength, this resolve, this channel for your creativity. And that's manifesting as this 4 of Discs that we saw in the path of the dove. And now we have these last 2 cards. This is the Princess of Discs here. And this is kind of your fear, worry, and concern. It's like you have this deep love and care and concern and compassion for your loved ones, your friends and your family, for all of the world, I think. But primarily, we're thinking of the people close to us. You want them to have this experience of, well, the 9 of Wands experience, finding your joy, finding your path, having the resolve and the commitment, knowing how to channel all of that creative, fiery energy into something tangible. This is the Princess of Discs. She is about to give birth to her creative will, right? So that 9 of Wands within you has given birth to this 4 of Discs. Well, we don't have the overhead. This 9 of Wands that is within you has given birth to this 4 of Discs. It's manifesting now. It's not just theoretical. It's not just an abstract kind of, experience. This is something tangible. You're creating something. You're doing this on this, hardwood plane that we're existing on. And you want that for others. You want your loved ones to have this experience of manifesting their goals, their will, their desires, their joys, their own connection, their own kind of creative channel. Everyone should have their own channel, right? And with YouTube now, everyone can. That was a joke. Anyway, we want people to have this experience because we know what it feels like. We're getting a sense of that. As the days go on, we're experiencing this, you know. And that's a very, very intense thing. We want this for others. And that gives us a little bit of anxiety, though. Here's a 3 of Swords. That card's in the position of your fears and worries and your concerns. This is what you're worried about. Is everybody going to ever get this experience? You know, can you in some way help them to do that? Are you in any position? Do you have anything to offer people? Yeah, I think you do. And not money. I'm not talking finances, you know. Maybe, you know, some financial kind of charity or assistance is good, if that's your thing. But you have so much more to give. You have so much wealth and abundance within you to offer people. And I was pointing at this one here. So the 3 of Swords, there's this deep understanding and a deep appreciation for sorrow and suffering, because you know what it's like and you've been there. So I said that this was the kind of the best card in your context, right? Because this is kind of the source of all of this, because you know what this is like. You know what sorrow and pain and hardship is. And so you know how it feels to be in this. You know how it feels to be alleviated from that. You know, and that's kind of some of the reasons behind the work that you want to do, is because you want to use your understanding of sorrow and suffering to help lift other people out of that. And that's a damn special thing, I've got to say. I really do. Let's go to the mystery card now. I'm very curious about this mystery card. I wonder if this is going to be, well, I think it's going to be some air energy, to be honest with you. And I feel that because we've got a lot of the, we don't need any more fire. Okay, we've got the perfect fire. But the air energy that we really have is this kind of, the Fool energy and the 3 of Swords, right? So we have this Fool, like nothing is real, nothing matters. But then we also have this experience of intense suffering, and it feels like it matters, you know. So there's a philosophical kind of understanding or awareness that you have, but that doesn't take away from what we experience day to day in our lives. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And I love the Wheel of Fortune because it's expansive. It's air energy, just like the Fool. The Fool is expansive in every direction. It doesn't care where it's going because nothing matters, right? The Wheel of Fortune, on the other hand, is the Jupiter energy. This is expanding, but it has a very definite cycle, a very definite rhythm. It has a destiny, a fate involved. It has a real path, right? This is all expansiveness. This is a wheel that has no circumference, right? It's just an infinitely expanding wheel. Well, that's not very practical. This is the same thing, but this is a wheel now that can rest on the ground and actually turn and move your vehicle somewhere. Okay? So it's the same kind of expansiveness, the same kind of generosity and hope and this kind of explorer attitude. It's the Fool, but the Fool with a direction. Because again, the Fool doesn't care where it goes because nothing matters. To this Jupiter energy, yeah, okay, maybe the Fool's right, sure. But down here where we live and move and have our being, our decisions matter, our directions matter, which turns we make actually matter. We need a little navigation. So this is the wheel that can take you where you're going. And this is Jupiter energy. This is very expansive, very generous, very lucrative. Things are going to get better and better and better for you. Things are going to keep growing and keep expanding, right? And I think you have the faith, the hope, and the trust in this Jupiter energy to know that you're on the right path, that you're making the right decisions moment to moment, day to day, that are taking this wheel where it needs to go. Whatever car, whatever chariot this is attached to, right? I think that's very, very positive. And I really love that we had this as a confirmation, because in all my readings, I love getting the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune together, because it's the same kind of expansiveness, that air, that just that grandeur, right? But it's a little bit different because the Fool doesn't care about anything. It just wants to go out and experience everything. Nothing matters. Might as well just take it all in. Jupiter is a little bit more selective. Jupiter has a particular destination, right? It's almost like fate versus free will. Both are true. You know, fate and free will, both are true. One is going to have maybe some more practical consequences than the other, but they both can be true, and we can operate using both of these if we are delicate with it. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and be delicate with the extended reading, and if you want to check that out, you can click on the link right up there. Then you'll have access to all of the extended readings, not just for Sagittarius, but for all the signs. This was your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot and Sagittarius. Thank you so much, truly, for letting me read for you.